I was in Costa Rica, Central America, and what we would do is we would always build a food bank in vicinity of a trash dump because there were slaves that were in the trash dump. I didn't know they were slaves. I didn't understand what the whole dynamics were, but I knew that there were really poor people there. We fed the people. We were feeding all these people. This woman walks up to me with these 2 little Nicaraguan refugee children. They're around 10. They're little bitty beanpos. They're dark, beautiful little girls with big black eyes. And this lady said, "Would you like to buy these 2 little girls?" And I said, "What?" She goes, "You can rent them for a day, but if I was you, I would just buy them and I would make movies." And man, when she said that, I looked at these little girls and I looked back at her and they're little kids. And I looked back at her and of course, my first instinct was to run off screaming like my head was on fire. You don't know how to handle a situation like that. And I didn't have any kind of grid for anything like that. But then all of a sudden, I felt the presence of the Lord. And a grace came on and I knew what to do. I knew how to say it. I knew exactly how to handle the situation. And that did not come from me. It just met me right there in that trash dump in Matamoros. And I went, "Yeah, dude, I'll buy them right now. How much?" And she said, $60 a piece. And I reached in my back pocket and I had like $80-something. I turned to the guy next to me and said, "Hey, give me some more money. Give me some." And so I bought these 2 little girls. I took them by the hand and I walked right out of the trash dump with them. And whenever we got out to the car, I met my wife. My wife came over and I said, "I just bought these 2 little girls for $120. Like she showed me, she said I could make a movie out of them." She's like, "Oh my God." And so we sit down, we start talking to these kids and, "Hey, do you have family here?" Like, "No." Man, they were starving. They were sick, all the things. We went and fed them. We got them hooked up with a pastor friend of mine who already had a home. And those were the first 2 kids. After that, every single time that we were in a trash dump, I would just look and I would see kids that I could buy. And because I was a middle-aged white dude, they assumed that I was a sexual tourist.
That tells you how big the industry is.
That's how big it is, buddy.
Whoa.
That's how many Americans are going all over the world molesting kids because everybody's addicted to pornography, which I'd like to talk to you about the power of pornography and what it does to you and the portal that pornography is. I'd like to talk to you about that because it truly is a portal. The bottom line is we just spontaneously rescued kids, and then we started strategically rescuing kids. And this last year, we rescued our 11,000th kid.
That's wild.
And we've raised them all.